Okay, so tonight we are finishing up our GoPro skills, which are skills 1 through 7. And this is the final skill. And I have to say that this makes it so simple for us to just be able to get out and share with people and be professional and not be pushy. And tonight we're going to talk about the power of promoting events, because I love what Eric Worre says. He says, you know what, meetings make money. It's just that simple. And that is really the truth. And that's really how I built my business. You know, I started 13 years ago and went to national marketing director pretty quickly. And that was because I had events on my calendar. And, you know, I don't know about you guys, but I was busy. I am busy. And so being able to maximize my time, events are the best way to do that. So anytime you can talk to more than one person at a time, that's great. Or anytime you have something scheduled, that's really an event. That's where you're going to make some money. So I loved what Mel said right before we got on the call, is that she had a little texting campaign and had a couple of appointments and already has some new people who are joining our mission of Inspired Healthy Living. So that is the key. So what are events? Well, basically they're meetings, okay? They can be anything. They can be one-on-one, in home, small groups. They can be bigger events like we just had Dr. Mitra Ray here in Denver and Boulder. Any of those are good. And then also in destination events, Eric Worre talks about. And destination events are really, really key. Those are our boot camps, our conferences, things like that. Anytime you're traveling to go and see that destination event, okay? All right, so let's talk about the destination event, okay? Just so you guys know, the top earners attend conference, okay? And I heard a great quote today. I was listening to something else, and the quote was, leaders are learners, and sometimes learners are leaders. Did you guys catch that? Leaders are learners, and sometimes learners are leaders. So our people that make income here, those are leaders that are going to learn, and they're turning around and helping other people get there, okay? The reason why destination events like our conferences are good when you get to go is total immersion is good. You're refocusing and recommitting to your business. You also have that social proof of everybody else that's there, being able to see that it is working for other people, what you're a part of. And for me, it's a great reminder. And just so you know, I feel like I've never missed a conference since I started with Juice Plus, and I do believe that that's why I am where I am today, because honestly, I pour myself out between conferences. By the time conference rolls around, I am needing that conference to get filled back up again. So, you know, if you really want to make something out of this, you'll want to do the same thing. Also, that's where we do a lot of our recognition, and that's where you might even see somebody else getting recognized that you think, well, gosh, if they could do it, I could do it. Or maybe you just get inspired because of that person. And of course, being around our community. I know when I'm around our community at our conferences or our boot camps, I come home invincible. I'm so glad I get to be around the people that we get to be around and be on a mission with these people. These are people that, you know, they're the kind of people I want to hang out with, okay? And then again, life-changing moments happen here. And for you guys, I don't think I would be here if I hadn't gone to conference. I was completely skeptical, didn't need another business, didn't want another business, was never going to share Juice Plus. And when I went to conference, my life has changed because I got to hear what Juice Plus can do for people. And I came home obligated to share it with people and love on people and let them decide for themselves. And that's when I decided that I was going to be a national marketing director and I was going to have fun doing this. So the same thing happens for you when you attend those, okay? And then, of course, the more people from your team that attend the event, the more successful that you'll be. And he has an example there. He says if you have one distributor who gets, you know, 100 people to conference and another one that doesn't really bother to really encourage their team to go, you already know which team is going to be more successful. It's going to be the one that gets their team to events. The part of your journey here is maybe you're just getting started. That's great. You want to get yourself to conferences and to the big events. But then you want to turn around and inspire other people to come with you. That's really how you do it, because those things are going to happen for them there as well. So inviting to events, you know, we went through inviting in skill number 2, but You want to make sure that when you're inviting to events that you have enthusiasm about it. Okay, you're excited about it. They need to be there. You know, like, gosh, you don't want to miss this event. You've got to be there. Okay. A lot of people make the mistake of apologizing and kind of being kind of wimpy on their invitation. So you don't want to apologize. You want to make sure that they understand that this is an event with value, that they need to be there. And gosh, you know, they're going to be missing out if they don't show up. Okay. A lot of people get afraid to invite because they just think that, well, they think they're going to say no. And when we're talking about going to our next conference, which is in St. Louis, sometimes we already make up our mind that our friend is going to say no, that maybe they've got small kids or maybe money's tight, and we make that decision without asking them. And so instead of doing that, don't expect them to say no. Help them find a way to get there, okay? It's that important, and this can totally change their life. They could totally take control of their life, maybe earn that income that they don't have to worry about that ever again. And I know that that's what happened for me. So don't expect them to say no. And have your posture, you know, you want to have your energy right before you pick up that phone. So, you know, are you excited to go? Make sure you've got your plane ticket. You're going with or without them. They got to be there. Get your energy right, okay? And then invite with urgency. Don't go, well, you know, why don't you think about it? And just kind of like, no, you know, let's make this commitment. Let's go. Let's bring some people with us. And then you want to give lots of compliments to that person as well, because you know what, there's a reason why you're thinking of them to have them come to this event. You know, why is it that you like working with them? Why do you think, you know, they would benefit from this? Why would they be great at this? You know, what are they going to learn? So make sure you compliment them when you're inviting them to events. And we learned about that again in skill number 2. So this kind of goes back to if I would you, okay? If I would you, okay? So if I invited you to this special event, okay? If I invited you to this awesome doctor that was coming into town, you know, would you attend? So you haven't really invited them yet, remember? Okay, you're asking kind of for permission for that. So if I invited you to come with me on this amazing trip that we get to go to our awesome conference, would you attend? And let's say it was, you know, back to that Prevention Plus event or whatever, with maybe you have another doctor coming into your town. You want to lock up that commitment. So if they say, yeah, well, I might want to come. Well, you know, it's at this certain hotel. Do you know where that hotel is? So you want to make sure they understand where they're coming. And then just taking these few extra steps when you're inviting will make the odds of them coming go up by about 85%. So again, asking them, you know, when do you get off work? You know, where will you be leaving from? You know, how long do you think it will take you to get to that hotel? Is traffic going to be an issue? So maybe you say something like, so, okay, gosh, it sounds like you need to leave by 6:15 in order to meet me there on time. Is that really going to work for you? And then where are you going to meet them? Okay, not just, hey, I'll see you at the event, because people are, you know, going to remember, if they're coming into a larger event, that can be a little bit overwhelming. So you want to make sure you're saying, look, I'm going to meet you at the door. Or I always say to people, look, I will be at the registration desk waiting for you. So don't stand in line, just come find me. I will be standing there waiting for you. And I will be there at 6:45. So I'll see you there at 6:45. So do you guys see how this kind of makes it a little bit easier for them to, you know, you painting that vision for them coming to that event, when they're leaving and where they're meeting you? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Now this is one too that you can use if you love me, okay? Especially when you're first getting started. Look, I'm hosting my own event for the very first time, and I'm kind of nervous, but you know, I'd really appreciate your support. You know, gosh, if you love me, you'll come. Please just come to my event, okay? If I invited you to my house, would you come and support me? You know, would you nod your head, you know, laugh at my jokes? Would you help me? You know, if you love me, you'll be there. And this is great to use on those family, friend, you know, any prospect that you know well. That's something that you can use, and it usually works, especially because your friends do want to support you. Okay, home meetings. This is, I don't know if you guys got the boxer that we sent out today, but home meetings, I love home meetings because one is it's free to do them in your home, and everybody's got a home, okay? So they're easy to duplicate. But, you know, you want to invite as the same way as you do to those bigger events. You know, gosh, if I invited you to, you know, a little get together at my house, you know, would you come? You might want to even ask them to bring something. Maybe you're going to be making some yummy shakes, and maybe you ask them to bring some ice or maybe a snack. Maybe to bring some frozen strawberries, frozen bananas, something like that, okay? And sometimes just giving them that assignment will also help them be, a little more accountable to coming and maybe be excited as well. So when you're thinking of prospects, again, you want to give them the detail of kind of what's going on, ask them for their support to join you, and then giving them an assignment. Okay, so we also want to invite our team members, our distributors, to these events. So probably even more important is to invite your team members and distributors. So we really want to build an event culture, people in our organization that we go to events. That's what we do. And it really is. If you guys want to grow your business, that is what we do, okay? So the first thing is you want to make sure that you're committed to going. You want to be more committed than other people on your team, because guess what? If you don't go, they're not going to go either. It's just the way it works. It's just, they're here because they were excited to join you, and so they're excited to see you at that event, okay? So also for you to be bringing your own guests. If you're not bringing guests, well, why would they bring guests, okay? So I always try to make sure that I have guests coming with me to our events, because I'm still, even though I'm a national marketing director, I'm still growing my events, and I still love helping other people get healthy and helping people to join our team and do that with their communities, okay? So intensity, you want to get fired up and excited about the event. This is really important. And of course, we have some really great speakers, so it's pretty excited to be excited, right, about what we're going to learn. And then, again, you want to have that laser focus of, building that culture around what's that next event, where are we going, what are we building for, who's coming on along, okay? And then, again, repetition. You've got to keep telling them why it's important. I know that I've heard people say before, but I told my distributors over and over and over and over about that event, and they should know they get the same information as me. And I will just tell you, it's just the way it is. You guys see that I'm reminding you several times, even of our team call, on Voxer, on Facebook, through email. And it's just, if it's important, you'll go ahead and take the effort to make sure people realize how important it is so that they can plug in. Okay, so here's a little vision. There's a rule of thumb, and this is right from GoPro, and I totally agree with this, but you will earn approximately $1,000 per person per year that attend our conferences, okay? So if you want to make $100,000, you want to try to get 100 people to that event, okay? And it's true. That is so true. When I look at my income, that is so true, okay? So you want to have a game plan. How is this going to happen for you? And so what is a game plan? It means it's on your schedule. You know who you're inviting. You know when you're going to start inviting, and you're in your car to pick them up. Are you meeting them there? So you want to have that game plan for getting people there and getting your team members there as well. And you may want to tell stories of people that went and people that didn't go. I mean, honestly, if you were in Denver and you missed Dr. Mitra Ray this last week, that's sad because she was so awesome. And, I know the people that I had there were thanking me for coming. And I had 2 people who joined my team just from coming to Dr. Mitra Ray. So, so important. And so the people that weren't there, obviously, they didn't move their business forward. So you don't want to be on that side, right? And then when you're also thinking about, this is for people here that are building teams, right? There's inclusion and exclusion for those attending the event. What he means by this is that not that we exclude people from our team, but what we're trying to do is the people that are putting the effort in, those are the people that we're going to include in our time. Like those are the people we're spending our time with. So we love everybody and we appreciate everything they do, and we're happy we're here. But when we're talking about building our team and wanting to move up in the marketing plan, we want to include the people that are working right alongside us, much more in our focus than people that aren't. And then recognition, recognition is going to happen at our bigger events. That's just the way it is. And we want to make sure we're recognizing the people that are moving forward. And that's really, really key. And then, of course, there's some peer pressure and accountability. Our contests, let's say that you've got your 2 or 3 people that are maybe in your area that are on your team, maybe you want to put a little peer pressure in between them to say, hey, so-and-so bring in 2 people. How many people are you bringing? And maybe they say, well, then fine, I'll bring 3. And then maybe you go back to the other person and say, gosh, now they said they're bringing 3. And maybe that person says, well, then fine, I'll bring 4. And you might have just some fun with that. Accountability and some of that peer pressure kind of makes it fun. A little butts and seats contest is good too. Maybe they get a conference ticket for whoever brings the most people. So just some ideas for you as the team leader. Okay, so in event culture, with your team especially, you want to make sure that you're the one there, and then you're teaching your team members how to build for those events and be there, and then you're teaching them how to teach their people. And so key that we make sure that events, that we are making sure that those are on our calendars and we are all building for them. Okay, so remember that the gateway skill is knowing how to invite. So if you need some work on inviting, you can go back and review skill number 2 in the GoPro book and go forward. And again, don't accept people's first excuse. Sometimes they're going to say, oh, I can't come right away. It's just an autoresponder for them. So, find a way for them. Sometimes I hear people say, oh, I can't go because my husband doesn't get home from work. But you know what? We only get Dr. Mitra Ray in town every couple of years, if that. Let's help them find a babysitter, help them find a way, okay? Commit to being the Ironman, to be the person who's always going, that you're going to be there no matter what. Because when your team knows you're going to be there, then they're going to be more likely to go. How would you like it if all of a sudden I wasn't at the conference? That would be weird for you all, right? Because I'm always at the conference. And so you guys know that. You can count on that the team leaders are going to be there on our team. So you want to be a team leader, you want to be there as well. Okay. There's a great little formula. He calls it the 1-3-5-7 formula. Mm-hmm. Okay. One thing you guys need to know is that this is not a get rich quick business opportunity, Juice Plus. Okay. This is a get rich slow and consistent. Okay. If you take consistent efforts, you will definitely move up this marketing plan. To just know things that are worthwhile take time. Okay. So it's going to, if you're brand new and just getting started, it's going to take you about a year to become completely competent and profitable. And not that you won't make money your first year, but if you're consistent and hang in there, at the end of the year, you're going to be going, wow, I'm starting to make some money. This is great. It'll take about 3 years of consistent, okay? And I have that highlighted for a reason, consistent part-time effort in order to go full-time. So what we don't want people doing is putting their jobs on day one. This is something that you can build your part-time income into a full-time income, but you cannot do that in spurts. And I'm just going to say this for the record, you cannot build this business in spurts. It takes a consistent effort, okay? So don't go away, okay? Stay there. And it takes about 5 years to really become a 6-figure income earner or above. We have people that are going much faster than that now. But, if you're doing this part-time and you're kind of doing it alongside another job, I think that's pretty realistic. And it takes about 7 years to become an expert, to where really, you are ironclad, you've gone to enough conferences, you really know your stuff, and you really are a professional. So just know, you're always growing, and that's kind of the joy of what we do is growing and learning. And that's what's kind of fun. So you want to embrace that piece of it. Okay, so remember, there are only learning experiences. There's no bad or good, only learning experiences. So you want to let go of the outcome and focus on what you can learn. So every time you're picking up that phone for inviting to events or whatever it is you're doing, just know that, it's not, there's no bad or good. It just is what it is. And, we'll see if the people, either they want to come or they don't. But either way, you're going, and, if they can't, or maybe you feel like you didn't say something right, it's okay. Okay. You want to be an active student forever. Okay. You're never going to know everything. I don't know everything. I learn something new every day. Thank God. It's what I love about what we do. And I don't ever want to stop learning. And so you want to never stop learning as well. Okay. And then we want to model successful behavior. So the other thing about that is you don't want to feel like you've got to reinvent the wheel. So we've got so many people that have already gone down this path. They've already created a lot of success. So, we want to find those people and just do what they did. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. You'll go a lot slower, okay? So model somebody else's behavior. And then be a consistent learner. We've got all kinds of audios and video recordings, even on our YouTube or our podcast or in our tools. You can constantly be learning, okay? You could be reading GoPro, you could get the GoPro, even though you've just read it. I will tell you, if you listen to it on Audible, it's a whole different experience. You could use Google, there's all kinds of things, okay? You want to attend and host live events. That is so key, you guys. You know, you can open a lot of doors with social media, but you can build relationships in live events, okay? So getting eyeball to eyeball with somebody, belly button to belly button or ear to ear, where you're actually having a real conversation with people, that's how we build a community of leaders, okay? And that's what we're trying to do here is finding leaders who can affect communities who can really change the world. That's what we're doing. So let's focus, you guys. We've just gone through the 7 skills, and so we want to focus on the 7 skills needed to be professional. And that is, you know, finding prospects, inviting, presenting, following up, how to close, how to help people get started, and then promoting events. Pretty simple. Okay, and in that order. And you're going to learn by doing, okay? Almost all learning in this business is doing. If you think you're somebody that says, oh, I need to know more, I don't know enough, you've got to remember that Juice Plus is just a salad bar in a capsule. It is not a magic pill. It is fruits and vegetables in a capsule. You do know about fruits and vegetables, and you do know that people that eat them tend to be healthier. And so that's all we're doing is inspiring healthy living around the world. So we want to make sure that whatever we do, that we have a plan on how we're going to do that inspiration. How are we going to get the word out about Juice Plus? How are we going to invite people to join our team? And then we're going to do that plan, and then we're going to look back and review. And sometimes what we find is that we might need to tweak a little something here and there, especially if you're talking, if you go out and talk to 2 people a day, every day, and kept track of how many yeses or nos, pretty soon you're going to know how many people you need to talk to get a yes, okay? Because there'll be a pattern that's developed. Or maybe you'll find out that, gosh, you know what, I might be saying something, or I might need to just tweak something. I need to call, you know, into my upline and get some coaching to find out if there's something I need some help with. Then maybe if you just tweak this one little thing, sometimes that's all it takes for you to have a completely different result. So we want to plan it, do it, and always be reviewing it.
I really liked that.
Yes. So, and I don't know why that's doing that, but oh my goodness, it's like going crazy. So it went back. Oh, because I'm going backwards. Oh, okay. So sorry. So anyway, you guys, I mean, events are huge, and I just think, you know, if you're not hosting events, you're probably not really working your business, quite honestly. An event can be somebody one-on-one, right? So, okay, here we go. All right, so teaching and association, you know, when you teach it, you learn it even better. So that's one thing I love about our Fast Start program. You know, it helps us really quickly to focus on getting a buddy. And so you've already done a little bit, so you turn around and teach it to somebody else, it's going to seal that in for you. And I know for me, you know, even though I have read GoPro several times and listened to it on Audible, just teaching this for me totally sealed it into me and made me even better, okay? So find someone in your group to teach. You know, find somebody in your group to teach. And what I mean by that is find a buddy, okay? Invite somebody. You guys saw the skills. Invite somebody to join your team and teach them what you know. You know how to do this, okay? Okay, here's the thing. I always told my kids, you are who you hang out with, like it or not, okay? So you want to disassociate with people that are toxic and negative in your life. I know sometimes that's really, really hard, but they're going to pull you down. And so there's a lot of other people in the world that you could hang out with. So you might want to go through and just take a little inventory of who are you really spending time with, and who could you be spending time with, and start to get around people that are going to be more motivating for you and more supportive of you, okay? And then also look for people who have skills that you're looking for and hang out with them, okay? You know, if you go to the conferences and you see somebody, or you hear maybe a national marketing director, go meet them, ask them questions, you know, find out what they're doing, you know, try to be around the people that are successful so that you can also do what they do, okay? And then, you know, anybody that ever tells you that this is not hard work, It is. We work hard to get to the very top of this marketing plan if that's what you want to do. We didn't say that it was difficult, but we do work hard. Okay, so the process is simple, but we work hard. Okay, so top earners work hard. If you want big success, you'll need to do the same. And that really is the truth. So what I don't want you to do is just to be a training junkie. And some people get on these calls and they're great, and then they don't get out and get into action. I would say, you know what, go out and be fearless. Get out and think about, gosh, who could I talk to? Who could I bless today? And see what happens. And maybe those people need Juice Plus, or maybe they're looking for a way to earn some extra income, or maybe they've got people in their life that would really need this, beautiful nutrition that we have from Juice Plus that would bless their lives and their communities. So I love what Mel said. Mel and I were taking a walk one day. We're having a powwow of kind of just talking about, what is it? What kind of culture, on our team? What is it that gives us passion? And Mel said something that was so beautiful that I went, stop, we got to write that down. And it's actually, you guys can read it. It's in our Facebook group. But she said, what we do is, I'm going to forget what she said. She said, Mel, unmute yourself and tell us what you said.
Well, I think there were a lot of brilliant things I said that day.
You are brilliant. I know what you said, but I want to say it exactly like you said it, because it was just beautiful. And I just had a brain fart, that's why.
Yeah, no, I think, the real concept of what we do is like, we are a people of, friends just helping friends towards a healthier way of life.
Yes.
And I would also say, that, we're also friends helping friends towards a wealthier way of life.
Yes. So we are helping friends get healthy and teaching them how to help their friends get healthy. That's just what we do. That's what she said. And if you guys look, it's on the top of our Facebook group if you want to see that. And that is what we do. So, it's awesome. So it is all worth it, you guys. And I'm just going to close up with this because it is. You know what? If you build this to national marketing director, or even if you just build it to a couple $1,000s a month and it gives you freedom, you do get to wake up whenever you want to. You're taking control of your life. This is possible here. I did this in 2 years after that conference. Just took me 2 years from conference to create a 6-figure income with full benefits. And since then, now I've been doing this for 13 years, and this blesses us every single day, and it gives me huge time freedom. It allows me to travel with my husband or work when I want to, and be able to save money and send my kids to college and things like that. Okay. But I love that I get to help people be healthier, and I get to teach people how to be successful. And that's what makes me happy. It's totally fulfilling. Okay. I love our team. I love you all. I mean, the quality of people that we get to hang out with, where else do you get to do that? Most people hate their jobs and the people they work with. And you know what? We just have the most inspiring people ever. Okay. And you don't have to compromise all the time. You take control of your life. You get to decide when and where. And you get to work when you want to feel like working, and you can play when you feel like playing. And sometimes maybe you don't even, I don't even feel like I'm ever working. So I always feel like I'm playing. So I always look forward to this. I mean, I don't have to do this call. I love to do this call. Am I working? Yes, but not really, because I don't really feel like I am. Okay. So, and you get to spend tons of time with the people who are important to you. Maybe for you, it's that you get to stay home with your kids, or maybe it's that you get to travel with your friends who did Juice Plus too, because they also have time, right? Maybe it's that you get to be around empowering people that are inspiring others. Okay. And you're living a big life. You're not just wasting away in a little cubicle somewhere. You get to get out and make a difference. And that is just huge. And, it gives me chills when I think about all of the people and all of the stories over the last 13 years of the people that are saying, thank you so much. Thank you. It's beautiful. Okay. So if you decide, some people, this is just a hobby, but if this is a career for you, think about it. It's a fun career. You're going to have lots of freedom. You're going to touch a lot of lives. You're going to meet a lot of new people that are awesome. You get to see a lot of places. And guess what? We're in over 20 countries. So maybe you would like to build a business in Australia, or I don't know, Spain, or somewhere exotic, somewhere fun. Okay. What about if it gives you extra that you can contribute? I mean, what a beautiful thing to be able to pay for somebody who's going through chemotherapy to be able to buy them Juice Plus maybe, or be able to sponsor somebody into a mission or a run or whatever. Okay, maybe it gives you time to go in and help at your school. Okay, there's lots of ways you can contribute. And you know what the best part is it's the person that you become in the process. So if you go back through and just say, you know what, I can do this, and I know how to do this because we just gave you the 7 skills. You guys, it's not hard. It really is not hard. You can do this, okay? It's just a matter, it's a process of getting started and being willing to just try and to get out and do it, okay? And I added a couple of things in here, transformational growth. You know, how can we help people to have transformational growth? If you're not growing, you really can't help other people grow, okay? You have to have it inside of you first. Help people grow and help other people grow, kind of like what Mel said about helping people get healthy. Everyone has a desire to live a fulfilled, purpose-driven life, and that's really, really true. Everybody wants to make a difference. They really do. And as you know, we work to help others grow. It's actually us who get to be transformed, okay? That is an amazing thing, okay? So beautiful thing is that when we get out of our own way and don't make it all about us and we make it about all the other people, we get to be the ones that benefit from that as well. So pretty cool. Okay, so this week, review the 7 skills. You guys go back and decide where you really need practice. Maybe go listen to that call again, maybe read that chapter again, whatever it is you want to do. Maybe you need a coaching call on that, let me know. And then get into action. Don't be just a training junkie. What are you going to do? Make a plan. Get some things on your schedule, okay? Be willing to fail. It's okay. Not everybody's going to say yes, okay? Not everybody's going to join your team. Oh, well. There are lots of people waiting for you to talk to them. So remember, we don't really fail anyway. They're only learning experiences. And then remember, our goal is that you enjoy your Juice Plus opportunity, okay? Enjoy your journey. You know, be okay with this is where I am and what is my next step, and get started, headed that direction, okay? Don't compare yourself with other people, by the way. Sometimes it's easy to do that, and everybody gets to do this at a different pace. And so really, let's put a little bubble around yourself and say, gosh, you know, where I am, be honest, where am I? What do I need to do next? And let's go there. So here's the other thing. Put some events on your calendar. Make sure you've got our St. Louis conference coming up in October on your calendar. Buy your airfare. Commit to coming. I'll tell you what, if you're coming and you've already bought your airfare, you will have a much more likely chance that you'll have people coming with you if you do that early. If you wait because you're still not sure, you probably aren't going to be coming with people. And I'll tell you, if you can bring some people to conference and they get the experience there, you are going to make more money as well, and you're going to have a beautiful team that surrounds you, that you get to work together, okay? We also have boot camp coming up. So we have in Colorado, we've got our Colorado and the Rockies boot camp in June. That would be a destination event you don't want to miss. And we've got Dr. Du Bois coming in for that. So, and Richard and I are training. Hope I'll have my voice back by then. So you don't want to miss that. And we've also got the Minnesota boot camp with Leslie up in Minnesota in July, and there's lots of other boot camps to go to if you're not anywhere close to those or the time doesn't work out for you. Just get to one, okay? So get those on your calendar. And then make sure you're promoting those events and inviting your team members to join you, okay? Invite them to come. It's a lot of fun, and it really is the secret sauce, you guys, is the events. So that's all I have for you guys this week. Does anybody have any questions?
Can I just mention something, Reagan, for you?
Yes.
It's me. I'm just going to tell you that I'm going to shut my husband off. Stop. Okay. We'll put him in the drawer. He'll be all right. We've already booked our rooms that the jury in St. Louis, and I will tell you right now that there are already hotels that are already all booked up. So
yeah.
People need to stop it. People need to really get set up for rooms. If they're going, they really need to get online or at least check or work with Travelinium or something, because we are going to check that out.
Yeah, you'll want to go to Travelinium. We have a huge room block there, so